Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see different types of high level languages. Previous video, you would have seen the types of computer languages. Here, one of the computer languages, high level language. Okay, so here you got specifically some different types of high level languages. So you are going to see that. So we have basically three types of high level languages. First one is structure oriented programming language. Second one is procedure oriented programming language, and third one is object oriented programming language. So we are going to see first structured oriented programming language. It uses a modular approach to improve the clarity, quality and the development time of the programming steps. So big huge program can be divided into modules so that it improves the clarity and the quality of the programming will improve, as well as the development times, because the work has been divided into small modules, so many people can develop the programs. So it reduces the development time. Okay, it uses some various logical structures like selective, control flow, looping block, subroutines or functions. So selective control flow, in the sense you can use if and if else and switch case, looping block like for, while and do while. These loops can be used, as well as you can use functions, or you can call it as subroutines. Okay, some examples of structured oriented programming languages: ALGOL, that is algorithmic language, and Pascal. Pascal is the name of the scientist, so the name itself is given to the language. Are examples of structured oriented programming language. Second one is procedure oriented programming language. Allows the user to develop their logic by using number of functions. Here the program is divided into number of functions. Okay, the whole logic is being divided into number of functions. Some examples of POP languages are BASIC, COBOL, Fortran and C. So here you can see BASIC, beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code, that is the expansion of BASIC. COBOL is common business oriented language, and Fortran is formula translation. So these are the expansion of the abbreviation given here. And then you got the popular C language, which also comes under POP language. It consists of list of instruction organized into groups known as functions. So you can see you will have a main program here, and you can see lot of functions which is interrelated. You can see all the arrow marks. Okay, that means all the functions are interrelated. Okay, so all the functions are organized into groups. Okay, and so that it can communicate between each other. A program containing many functions. Okay, so you can see that you will have many functions in a program. Important data items are globally used by all the functions. So you can see data are globally declared, so that the same data can be used in any number of function you want. So it is not necessary to declare separate data. So important data can be declared globally, so that it can be shared by all the functions in the program. The characteristics of POP. Emphasis is on functions. So here the importance are given to the functions. Okay, you can call it as logical steps. Functions share global data. So you have many functions which shares the same global data. Okay, data values can keep floating from one function to another. So if you have a global data, okay, if you make a modification in one function, the modification will be stored and it will replace the original data, and you can use that edited, that is modified data, in another function. Okay, so it uses top down approach of programming. The programming will be used with the top down approach, in the sense you will be starting from the first function and then it goes on to the next function and so on like that. Limitations of POP. Okay, as data values are global to all the functions, you may require to make necessary changes in all the functions, if any. That is, since the data are globally declared, if you want to use the data, okay, in a function, you need to do some necessary changes in each functions. Okay, so that you can use the data and it will not affect the original data. Okay, so that has to be done. That is a limitation, one of the limitation of POP. It is not suitable to solve complex problems in real life situations. So in real situations, if you have a complex problem, it is not suitable to use POP, that is procedure oriented programming language. Now the last one is object oriented programming language. This approach creates partition memory area for both the data and functions. Here it is divided into data and functions. Okay, the memory area is partitioned. Okay, separate area memory space is given for both data and functions. It does not allow data to flow freely from one function to another. So there is a restriction. Okay, so that the data will not be flowed from one function to another freely. Okay, it's unlike POP, right? In procedure programming language, you have the data which is globally declared, so it can flow freely. But in object oriented programming, it does not allow the data to flow freely. Okay, the complete problem is decomposed into a number of entities called as objects. The whole program, okay, is based on the object. So everything it comes under an object. So you can have many objects, so that the whole program can be executed through the object. Each object includes a set of data items and related functions. So when you create an object, it also creates a set of data items as well as related functions. So every time you create some objects, this will be done. Data values of an object are applicable only within the function associated with the object. So data values, if you are using for an object, it is only applicable within that function. Okay, it cannot be used by another object or a set of another functions. Okay, this is what an object oriented programming approach is. The data are protected and secure from the being troubled by the external sources. So you cannot hack the data if you are protected. Okay, if you protected if the data are protected, you cannot hack it, you cannot able to destroy or modify the data. Okay, so object oriented programming is a powerful tool because of this protection. Okay, your data are protected. Say for example, if you are having a bank account, you can view the general details, not the bank internal details. Okay, so that is a security given to your data. Same like if you are using a mobile phone, your data are safe. Okay, say the data security is there. Okay, because of this object oriented programming approach. The features of OOP: it gives importance to the data items rather than the functions. So importance are given to the data items than the functions. It makes the program by dividing into number of objects. So the programs are divided into number of objects, so that if you have many objects, you can always execute it. That is, reusability will be established. The objects can be used as a bridge to have data flow from one function to other function. So when you pass on the data from one function to other function, okay, objects can be used to call the function as well as pass the data members to one function to other function. The concept of data hiding enhances the security in programs. So this is what we were discussing. So the data hiding, okay, that is the data security you are giving. So you cannot view the data generally. It is not a global data, it is restricted. So the data cannot be viewed by anyone, it is hidden. Okay, so that is the security in programs. It is highly beneficial to solve complex problems. Since data security is there, obviously any real time complex programs can be solved using this approach. Now difference between POP and OOP: procedural programming and object oriented programming. The emphasis is put on the functions rather than the data. So in procedure POP, the importance is for the function than the data, but in OOP, the data is given more importance than the function. So emphasis is put on the data rather than the functions. That is just opposite to both. That is, POP is just opposite to OOP. It allows data to flow freely throughout the program. So in POP, the data is given full freedom to flow from one function to another function because it is globally declared. The data is restricted to be used in a specific program area. So since it is not globally declared, data flow is restricted. so that it can flow between inside a specific area of the program. It follows top-down programming approach. So POP follows top-down programming approach, but rather in other hand, object-oriented programming follows bottom-up programming approach, just opposite to. So both are just contrasting, right? Both are just opposite to each other. Okay. So hope you understood this video. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, thank you.